Yeah, I'm ready. Maybe I need a shit. That's alright. Not muted like last time. Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another podcast with myself and Dan. How are we all? How are we, Dan?
I'm good, thank you. How have you been, Chad?
Not too bad. Are you enjoying the heat?
Sweaty. I'm a sweaty monkey.
It is pretty gross, isn't it? Just like, we went, I did a bit of, did some a workout yesterday, and it was alright to start with, and then I realised, because I took a bottle of water with me, and I've got these like stones for whiskey that are supposed to put in the freezer, and they keep the heat stay cold, so you can put them in your drinks. So I thought, I'll put it in my water, because it make the water nice and cold. So I did, but it turned out to be nasty. There was like, I think I must have left whiskey on the stones or something. It just tasted weird. But I'm very quiet. There we go. But yeah, by the end of that workout, I was just sweating. I didn't stop sweating for ages. But it's pretty gross. But at the same time, it's nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Sun. So, what are we going to talk about today? I think you want to talk about something, Dan, about something to do with Sony.
So it's going to be with Sony, basically removing people's digital movies in Germany and Belgium.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's about 350 films that people have actually bought, they paid for them, but obviously they've had them digital, and Sony have just removed them. They're gone. You can't access them. It's not like they've got them on their PS4s or PS5s or whatever. They're gone. So, yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember when Sony released the update removing the fact that you could buy them. At that point, I was like, I've got so many films on there that I paid like full price for as well, because I was these are films I've invested in. Well, I invested, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You just out to watch something, don't you?
Yeah. Like my favourite films I tend to buy, and then if it's a film I rent, if it's a film I'm not too sure about, I'll rent it first and then buy later. But yeah, so I bought these films, and I was a little bit panicky for a while, because I was like, I can't find my films, where they're gone. I'm sure I had like 10 or 12 films, and then obviously I found out that they're still there, but you can't buy them anymore. But yeah, so these countries can't buy them, they can't see them, they're gone.
They can't see them. They're gone. Absolutely gone. So I mean, like I said, I didn't realise this, but you actually don't, when you buy them digitally, all you're buying is the licenses.
Yeah.
To be legally to stream it. So yeah, they're gone. And it wasn't like small little just weird films. It was quite some big films. I think it was like Django Unchained, I think they removed, and it's not like I said, not like small films, actually quite popular films.
So it's Sony that's removed it then. It's not like
Sony have removed it.
Wow.
So imagine you would be absolutely fuming, and this is I suppose it's become more common. Yeah. Like you said, you can't buy films now, but luckily you can still access them. But I think if you actually check the licensing terms, it does tell you how long you own a license for. And I can't remember what the actual time limit is, but when you buy things digitally, you don't own them.
So is that the same for games then as well?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So when they're trying to make everybody go digital with games and stuff and streaming them,
yeah,
you can get your ass absolutely stung by them just going, not anymore.
I suppose though with games, at least they can be downloaded to your hard drives.
Right.
So I think. Do you remember when? Who was it? There was a Silent Hill demo, wasn't it, of a cancelled project?
Oh, PT.
That yeah. That So some of the PS3s that actually have that demo downloaded gave for quite a lot of money, but it's gone forever. Right. So it's going to be a similar situation, And this is a problem with digital, even though it's convenient. When it's gone, it's not like the old PS2s, even PS3s, where you can put a disc in and keep it in. That's yours. Yeah. It's a bit scary because, like you say, I mean, you've probably got hundreds of pounds worth, probably even thousands of pounds worth of games.
I think I checked recently on my PlayStation. I think I've got 170 something games.
Yeah, like I said, obviously not all downloaded, but
no.
So imagine one day they just get all deleted. Ooh. Tough shit. Have a good one. It's a very, very anti-consumer.
Sony's gone bust. All your games are gone. See you later.
All you got games are gone. This is the problem. When you buy a DVD, at least that DVD is mine.
Yeah.
Until the disc goes funny, you can watch as many times as you want and not worry about it. But with digital, that's it. You've lost it. Chin up, pal. I bet you what happens. Got to buy it again. That's what I was just about to say. That you have to go to the shops and buy it again, so you pay for the same film twice.
You can't even go to Blockbusters anymore and get the cheap version.
Good old Blockbusters.
Just go in the basket at the front door and have a rummage through the bargain basket.
Yeah. So one of the things I still do. So if you go into HMV, try and find DVDs with yellow cases. They're normally foreign films, and sometimes they have a pair of boobs on the back. I go to HMV looking for all these weird European films, trying to find a pair of boobs.
Hang on, yellow case DVDs. I'm googling it just to see it.
They're like really weird foreign films normally, or really cheap production films that only cost, I don't know, just like £5 or something.
It just shows me a load of blue, yellow casings, but nothing. Nice. Oops. Fair enough. Well. So Sony might be getting sued at some point.
Well, yeah, maybe, because I suppose what is going to happen. I don't know. We all agreed to these. I mean, whoever reads the user agreements, I didn't read them.
I don't read them, but it probably does say in there that Sony has the right to withdraw licenses at any time.
Again, it's like that episode of South Park, isn't it? Human Sentai Pad. Why won't you read?
Sign the paper. Sign.
I didn't read.
That's a disgust. That's another borderline episode as well.
Yeah, that is when they feed him. Is it like a burrito, some type of squid burrito, isn't it?
He's like, I'm so sorry, because there's a Chinese man at the front of it.
Yeah, it's a Chinese chap. That is funny.
And Carl's in the middle.
That'll be the worst place.
Yeah.
No, you obviously all want to be at the front.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
No, I think maybe the back's the worst.
Yeah, because whoever's like once someone in front of you is eating shit, they're gonna get a bad stomach, so it's gonna come through really, really nasty in it.
Yeah.
So, you want to be at the front, definitely. Not involved altogether would be ideal, but whoever came up with that concept for a film, mind, it's like completely random.
But thing is though, someone would have had to pitch it. Someone went, look, Mr. Producer, I got an amazing film for you.
I need £6 million.
Yeah. It involves people being strapped together, anus to mouth. And someone's obviously went, that is a brilliant idea.
I'm sold. Here, have £8 million.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
whatever the budget was.
it's like, how do you audition for that role as well? Would you just go with like a nappy on your face or something?
Just go on video, just motorboating someone.
I really like to eat ass, so I'm made for this role.
Imagine it, can't you?
All the porn stars turning up saying I'm an ass eater.
Ready to go pro, coach. Oh, good.
You know.
Excellent. What do you want to talk about, Craig? Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, so on a subject of, because I got a long rant to talk about afterwards, but on a subject of films and stuff. So I was reading something the other day, because this is a lot of speculation. Well, yeah. So Quentin Tarantino has done, so far, he's done 10 films, he says. I know, he's done 9 films. And his 10th film is going to be his final film, and then he's going to move on to doing playwrights and books. So I wanted to talk about what you think. Because have you seen his latest film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah, brilliant film.
Did you like it, did you?
I thought it was really good.
See, I thought it took a lot, because I know obviously it's about the Manson murders, isn't it? It's about all that. Is it Charles Manson?
Yeah, Sharon. Oh God.
Not Sharon Tate.
Sharon. I know, yeah, but it's obviously about the murders, isn't it?
Yeah. Because I was watching it and I was just like, what is this film about? And all of a sudden, and it wasn't until afterwards I looked into it and I was like, oh my god, I just clicked. It's about the Manson murders, which I don't really know a great deal about, to be honest, because it's kind of not our era and is American thing, I guess. But it was like a whole
American thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Crazy devoted fans that go around and murder people for him,
Yeah.
which I thought crazy. But yeah, so I wasn't massively. I think the problem was I watched it in 2 parts, and I think I got like to halfway point, and I was just like, okay, this is it's a typical Tarantino film. It's typical Tarantino where it takes a while to get going.
It always, yeah.
And then it's like the last 20 minutes are really fast paced, and you're like, oh fuck, what's going on? But great actors in it, mind. I mean, don't get me wrong, I fucking love the actors in it.
Brad Pitt. So apparently, first off, have you heard that all Quentin Tarantino films are connected?
Yeah, because isn't Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's in the same time era as Pulp Fiction?
I think it's something to do with that. So I haven't seen the conspiracy not conspiracy, but the theories for a long time. But it's things like, what was the was it Ridiculous 9? No, what did he do? Ridiculous 9?
What was Hateful Eight?
Hateful Eight, sorry. He did the Hateful Eight.
Django time.
Yeah, that's Django time.
Well, after Django time, I think. But
there's characters' names on it that I think so some of the characters' names in the Hateful Eight is their surnames are the same as some of the characters in Pulp Fiction and what's his other film? I can't remember it. Kill Bill and stuff like that.
Scarface.
So Kill Bill, if I remember right, Kill Bill's meant to be a film in Quentin Tarantino's universe, and all the characters all sort of connected.
Right, okay.
So that's why they get a bit crazy.
Fair enough. Makes sense though, because it's one bloke writing them all, isn't it, I guess. But so what would you, if you had to take a fan-based Tarantino guess at what his last film is going to be about, what do you reckon it's going to be about?
He likes westerns, doesn't he?
It has to be like a big finale though, doesn't it? It has to finish.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose the only thing he's not done is a sci-fi film.
That's true. But
I think, he's obviously done World War films, hasn't he? He's done obviously Western films. He's done sort of semi-modern time films. So I suppose, is he going to do a sci-fi film? Quentin Tarantino style?
I don't know if he would do a sci-fi film. I don't think that's kind of his style, to be honest.
No. Well, he likes Peppa Pig. Have you seen that? He obviously announced that was the greatest export from the UK was Peppa Pig. Apparently, he watches it all the time with his was it son or daughter? I'm not sure which one.
All right. Well, yeah. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised because he's only done one World War based film, hasn't he? Which is Inglourious Basterds.
Inglourious Basterds, yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's another sort of World War-ish based film. But I don't know. Who knows? But he said when I was reading the article, he has said that he hasn't obviously started writing it yet. He knows what he wants to do about it, but he hasn't actually. Well, I mean, this is quite an old article, so I don't know if he has. Recently, I suppose he'll wait for his money to run out.
Well, yeah, and if it ever runs out, he's probably got money for enough for 100 years, I imagine.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you had to pick one of your Tarantino favourite films, what would it be?
Inglourious Basterds.
Is it?
Love it, film. Love it.
I think
What was the
mine?
848, Kurt Russell, very good. It's the I can't remember his name is now. The German guy.
Christopher Waltz.
Christopher Waltz. He's
fantastic actor.
He's incredible. It's the scene in the farmhouse.
Yeah.
With the milk.
Yeah.
And the Jews.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is the most tense, brilliant bit of cinema I've seen in whenever it came out.
Yeah, no, it is good. It's probably like half an hour of the film, and it's just so tense as well.
So tense.
I mean, it's really good how he portrays his character and he builds his character, and then within that half an hour, you know that this character is not someone to fuck around with, don't you?
Yeah, you know he's a badass. And what I like about it is he comes across as he's very smartly dressed. Because obviously he's part of the SS, isn't he? Yeah. Right. He's very smart, very intelligent, and he doesn't shout. And that's what makes him menacing to me. He doesn't shout.
Yeah. I just said my favourite scene in that film is when she goes to the restaurant to talk to Germans, is that his name?
German, I think it was German, wasn't it?
About her obviously renting her cinema out. And then he comes in and he's just stood there behind. But you can't see his head or anything, you just see his body and you just know straight away. Fuck. And then he just sits and he's just eating the strudel. It's like, it's such a good acting, the way he just kind of eats the strudel and watches her and kind of, you know that he's like, because he says, there was one more thing I wanted to ask you. And he just kind of sits there for a bit and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And it's gone, so it could have been very important. And you know that he knew who she was, 100%. Yeah. But it was just
I think for me, the whole point of it is he did know, but because she's so insignificant, that's why he didn't care.
Yeah. Yeah, she was just, yeah. So did he know about the plot for them trying to kill... I can't imagine he did. I don't know.
He does find out, doesn't he? He finds out from the German actress, and then that's why he obviously doesn't care that Hitler gets killed, because he knows Germany are losing the war.
That's right, yeah.
If I remember right. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, no, that is right.
Okay. So that scene, or the end of Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, but that's not one of his films.
I know it's not one of his films, but I'm saying, what's better? I mean, when I see Tom Hanks on the ground there, shooting that tank.
Oh, with his pistol.
Yeah, with his pistol.
See, now, I was talking to someone at work about this. With that film, I was obviously it's a fantastic film. Don't get me wrong, and I really do enjoy. I enjoy watching it. But the scene that got me, and it gets me every time I watch it, is when the two guys fight up in the attic, and the
knife.
And it's just the guy that's on the other side. Because I remember the first time I watched that film, I was shouting at the TV, saying, "Go in, just go fucking in. You could save him." And he just cowers there. And then obviously later on he kills him. But it's just like. It's that whole scene where the knife slowly goes down in his chest. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's where the guy goes. Shh. That's what gets me.
Oh, it makes me so angry watching that.
I mean, everyone hates that one scene because of that one chap. because he could have saved his friend.
Definitely. Could have just gone in there. Just even if he just shot through the wall, he could have done something. But spineless bastard. But it's like I can imagine that happening because obviously, well, yeah, it probably did happen. I imagine.
Well, yeah, probably.
I wouldn't admit to it, but I can imagine it did. But I wasn't as moved with the Tom Hanks death scene as I was expecting to be. I mean, it was pretty upsetting, but yeah, I'm trying to remember that film because it's such a long film, and there's so many details to remember about it. I'm trying to remember the whole film because I know the opening scene is someone looking at a grave, and you think it's Tom Hanks' character, don't you, at first?
Yeah,
and
it's Ryan.
At the end, that you work out it's actually Ryan that's looking at the grave, and he's talking to him. What was his character's name? Tom Hanks' character.
Captain. Oh no, what is it? I've completely forgot. He was a captain. He was definitely a captain, wasn't he?
Captain. I'm going to have to Google it.
I can't think what his name is. Well, it was Vin Diesel's first film.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's first film, wasn't it? Apparently, he sent an audition tape to Steven Spielberg, and Steven Spielberg liked him so much that's why he put him in the film.
Really?
Yeah. That obviously started his career.
Doesn't he get his head blown off because he goes and tries to save the girl?
He's the one who gets the sniper. That's it, yeah, with the sniper in the town.
That's it. Have you seen, actually talking about that, have you seen that they're doing a Band of Brothers, not carry-on, not spin-off, like they're doing another film to go along with Band of Brothers? Not film, series.
Really?
Yeah. So
okay. Is it going to be about the 101st Airborne, then, is it?
Well, I don't know, because I know, I can't remember where I've seen it. I've seen it somewhere, because obviously they did the Pacific after they did Band of Brothers, which is about, obviously, the Americans going to attacking the Japanese. So I don't know if they're going to, because...
Unless they do it, oh no, because it's not during World War II. I was going to say maybe they could do it about the Korean War, but they won't do that because it's more. Well, I suppose they like to do World War II stuff, don't they?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find out a minute. Let me just see what they said about it because I remember them saying. Brothers.
Anyway, will you be seeing the new Thor film or not?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I love the 4 films.
See, I've fallen out of Marvel.
Have you?
It's too much.
In what way?
In the fact that there's TV series that in the link.
Okay.
Well, I suppose they're not, but I bet they will do. Eventually, they're linked to films. You got WandaVision linking into Doctor Strange, and I kind of think they blew their load on Thanos, which obviously he is the big baddie.
Yeah, I suppose so. But that was phase 2. Was phase 1?
Phase 3, wasn't it? Yeah.
And there's supposed to be like another 3 more phases yet.
Well, I suppose they do. Yeah. So, from my understanding, this could be wrong. Is obviously each 3 phases, depending on how long they go, there'll be a big boss. So I think they're technically on phase 4 at the moment, and I think they're coming near the end of phase 4, and they're going to start introducing a new big baddie. Lots of rumours it's going to be Galactus. Yeah, that's it. Well, that's what I've heard.
There's a couple of films he's shown up in. Eternals is one of them.
Has he?
I don't know if you've seen Eternals.
No, I know because the last film I saw was the first part of Infinity Ward.
Oh.
I didn't see the ending because I just googled it. Not googled it. YouTube. Watch it on YouTube.
Why would you do such a thing?
Because I just can't get into it.
Not that interested.
Not that interested. No.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah, to answer your question, I am going to see the new 4, just because I want to see what they're going to do. Because I don't know if they're going to keep him for the next couple of phases, or if they're going to use She-Thor or whatever. No, She-Hulk.
Or hasn't she obviously the TV series She-Hulk's coming out, isn't it? But I thought he was meant to be doing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But I'm not sure because it looks like from the trailers they appear in obviously Thor: Love and Thunder. So I'm not sure if that counts or what.
No, yeah, I think you're right. I think he is definitely going to be, because with the way they finished it, he's with the Guardians of the Galaxy, so they must kind of like link together somehow. It'd be interesting to see, because you've seen that Christian Bale's playing the God.
The God Killer. I can't remember what his name is. Gru. I don't know.
I thought it was begins with a V, but
It could do. Like I said, I haven't paid much attention to it, being honest.
it'd be interesting to see. Oh yeah, I'm interested. I've watched everything up to it. So I watched the Doctor Strange not long ago, and that was actually, it was alright. It wasn't great, but it was far-fetched, I think I can say, is the way I say it. It's very because it's all to do with like multiverses and stuff, and it's all very confusing.
Take a lot to confuse you, does it, Chud?
No, not really. I watch Rick and Morty. I'm intelligent.
Yeah. Just say a few big words and then drink.
Yeah. But yeah, so I definitely watch it, and I quite like Chris Hemsworth as a character, so as a person.
Yeah.
And I also like.
No.
Huh?
I was say Chris Hemsworth. He has been good in that role. Give him his due. He has been really good in that role.
Devoted. Oh shit. Thing is though, it's dangerous, isn't it, with stuff like that, because you see people that play a certain character for too long. What's his name being a prime example? Robert Downey Jr. It kind of damages their career for a while. So like, I don't think
massively typecast, don't they?
Yeah, and because everybody knows him as Iron Man, I think he struggled to get new films, new characters, because he did that way Doctor Dolittle, and I thought that was terrible.
Oh, I didn't see it. It looked rubbish. He did some weird Welsh accent, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mind you, though, I think according to the books, Doctor Dolittle is Welsh, but I've never read the book, and I only remember the Eddie Murphy version. Of course, then I think there was another version from like the maybe not 40s, but 50s or 60s, wasn't there?
There's an old series, isn't there? I think.
Old one.
White film, which is really strange, but yeah. So I hope that Chris Hemsworth manages to find work after Thor. I mean, he's done a few films. He did that Netflix film, didn't he? Where he's the soldier and he gets caught. It's like behind enemy lines, but it's.
Oh, was it? I didn't realise that.
Version.
I'm not.
Insurgent or something like that.
Okay. What I saw the other day was Chris Pratt in The Tomorrow War. I thought it was all right, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't think it obviously wasn't nowhere near the level of, like I said, Quentin Tarantino films in sort of tension or whatnot, but it was a bit of a dumb film that you could switch off for 2.5 hours, 2 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's not like an intellectual film, is it? It's kind of just like, oh, we can travel in time. We'll bring you to the future, and then you'll still die. Okay.
Right. Well, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think films now are more like with The Tomorrow War? I've watched it once, and I don't really want to watch it again for like another, say, 5-10 years. Whereas films like Lord of the Rings or Predator or Alien or Terminator, I can watch them again and again and again and again and again and not get bored. Do you think films, could you do it with modern films?
I think it's all to do with why I'd say like the meatiness of it. There is a certain set. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you've got Netflix, but there's 2 films on Netflix which I could quite happily watch. And Rose is like, "Why are you watching this?" And I said, "Because I really enjoy it. Even though I know exactly what happens, I just really enjoy the film." One of them's called The King, which is about King Harold.
No, I've not seen that. No, I've actually not seen that.
It's to do with what was it, King Harold II, I think. His dad dies. He takes over. His dad dies. His brother dies. He takes over as king. Goes to France, fucks them up, and then all that sort of stuff. But it's just the acting in it. It's really, really good, and I really enjoy watching it. It's not like a particularly vivid film or anything. It's nothing like Braveheart or anything like that. But it's just a really good all-round film. And then the other one's the new one is called The Outlaw King, and that's
again. I've not heard it, not seen it.
You can tell the kind of films I like. It's like old-fashioned medieval films. What's his name? Do you know the new Star Treks?
Yes.
You know the guy that plays Captain, not Picard, Captain. Anyway, so he's the guy that plays.
Chris, what's his name? Chris? Is it Chris? I can see his face.
I don't know.
I know who you're on about.
No, I don't know. I can't think of what his name is. But he plays in this film. He plays. Oh, this is disgusting. I should know this.
Two old men now. Oh, do you remember?
This is it. I spend so much time just trying to remember someone's fucking name that I forget what I'm talking about. Oh, bollocks. Come on. Robert the Bruce. There we go. I got there in the end. Fucking hell. Where's the pause button so I can think about things?
Isn't it? Yeah, pause.
He plays Robert the Bruce. He basically is after the assassination of William Wallace. It's historically correct as well. He plays Robert the Bruce and how he basically gets completely fucked over by Edward and claws back and gets the independence of Scotland in the end. It's a really good film. Once again, it's not very action packed or anything, and it's not particularly. Yeah, it's just a good film. It's just a meaty film. It's got lots of texture to it. Just like a real good film that you just want to.
So here's another question: do you think CGI is ruining films, or too much CGI, I should say? Because now there's whole scenes that are completely CGI, and I just can't connect with that.
Yeah.
Like fight scenes now, nothing's practical effect. So, like, do you know? Obviously, you've seen Mad Max, haven't you?
Yeah.
There's a scene in it near the end of the film when Mad Max is going obviously headlong into the biker gang, isn't it? And when they get to a bridge, one of them hits a bridge, and he flies off into like the ravine. Well, they actually did that. The guy actually hit the bridge, was flung off his bike, and you see it in the film. He's obviously spinning in midair, and he was unconscious. And they said because he was unconscious, and he was obviously relaxed, he didn't break many. I think all he did is hurt his hand. I think, but they actually really did that stunt.
I remember. Go on. Sorry.
No, it's just that now everything just goes, oh, they just CGI it, rather than I think, oh, how the hell did they do that?
Yeah, it's not as impressive. So it depends on the film. So what I want to say, but you're on about Mad Max. What I was impressed about that film is when I found out is that it's live action, so everything is filmed. It's like the director was saying, pretty much the whole film, most of the time, is filmed with one camera. And is
that Mad Max Fury Road?
The newest one.
Yeah, the newest one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you watch the film through again, you can see that it's almost one camera. I mean, there is scenes in it, but you can almost work out that it's just one. But because everything, like you said, there's no special effects apart from the tornado, but there's no special effects in it.
No, there's very minimal, isn't there?
Yeah, it's all live action. It's all stuntmen and stuff. I have a phone call. Go away.
Rosa, tell her to go away.
No,
Bad Rosa.
It was said, but I don't want to live, people. Seb's chatting. Nope. CGI makes things better. Jackie Chan, he does all his own stunts. Is the chat not coming up on the screen? Ah, no.
Oh, what have you done?
I'm an amateur.
What have you done?
I'm an amateur. Hang on. I can't remember to fucking do it now. Carry on.
Oh, here we go.
Carry on.
Here we go. So, obviously in Mad Max Fury Road, they actually built all the cars, didn't they? Yes. They actually manufactured and made the cars real. That to me is like that's what I like. Whereas I'm trying to think of, like I said, let's go for Avengers. Well, it's just CGI baddies, CGI fights, CGI explosions,
Right.
and that's why,
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm not excited for Avatar 2. First one was Pocahontas in space, and this one's going to be Pocahontas goes swimming. She's dipping her toes in the old sea.
Pocahontas and the Titanic to come together.
Pocahontas meets Titanic, yeah.
What I was, I feel watched. I went to the cinema recently with Rosa and the dads because it was Father's Day the other day. I went to the cinema and watched the new Jurassic Park, the new Jurassic
Yeah,
World,
yeah.
and they. I think I might be wrong on my facts here, but I think they used animatronics.
I think they tried. Thing is, though, I think from what I remember, they said they doubled the animatronics from the second film. But when you compare it to the very first film, Jurassic Park, it's still very, very minimal, very, very CGI. Like in the very first film, I always like the scene when he meets was it a Triceratops? That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Triceratops, and obviously the Velociraptors.
Yeah.
I know sometimes they put obviously some CGI in it, but they didn't dominate the screen.
Well, because it wasn't so common back then, was it? It wasn't such a commodity like it is now. It took them something like 6 weeks just to do the scene with the T-Rexes or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
When he first attacks the cars, it took 6 weeks just to do that scene where he goes through the fence. Whereas now, people can do that in 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, something like that. It's easily accessible. But I was disappointed with the new Jurassic World. One, because the story was a bit stretched out because they had all these special characters, like these cameos. Is it cameo? Yeah, I suppose it's cameo now when people come back from the originals.
Yeah.
And they also had animatronics, and they looked like animatronics. They looked cheap. And I was disappointed with that. I'd rather either commit to doing CGI and do good CGI that convinces people, or if you're going to do animatronics, make them look fucking real.
Make them look real.
Because they looked like it was just plastic on top of like a mechanism. It was a bit disappointing. I picked up on it. I think that's just because I've got an eye for stuff like that. When it comes to films, I can spot like the shit stuff. Whereas a lot of people just kind of go there and just were entertained.
Yeah.
I mean, the best part of that film was where
the ending.
No, the ending was shite. The bit that got me, and it made me think, you know what, they could do a horror version of Jurassic World, is where she crashes into the jungle. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I don't want to spoil it too much.
I haven't seen it. I probably won't see it, being honest, so I'm not too worried. Spoilers.
Yeah, if anyone hasn't watched the new Jurassic World yet, I suggest you mute now. I'm about to talk about it. And Seb, I can see you in the chat now, by the way. Sorry, I've not been ignoring you. I can see you there. It's so this woman, she crashes into the jungle in this special jungle thing, and there's a Therazinosaur.
I don't know which one that is.
So basically, it's like a.
Oh no! I can't really call it.
That is. I can never remember what that one's called. It was flashing. No, Therazinosaur. I'll send you a picture on Facebook so you can see what it looks like. But basically, it's they call it a turkey with claws.
Okay.
I can't fucking try to remember to spell it. Therazinosaurus. There you go. There. It was as tall as a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it was a plant eater. I guess you call it. What's that? Omnivore.
Omnivore. Yeah, I think that's right.
I wouldn't be fucking.
No, herbivore. Omnivores that eats meat and veg. Sorry, herbivores that eats just.
We're omnivores, aren't we?
Yeah.
Alright, I've sent it to you on Facebook. I don't know if it's going to interrupt your chat or anything.
It's right, don't worry.
Basically, it had, I think it was 12-inch long claws on its fingers.
12 inches.
And we always said 12 inches. Anyway, so this creature was capable of basically fighting Tyrannosaurus Rex because of these claws and stuff. So she crashes into this jungle, and this one-eyed Therazinosaur can hear her and spots her and stuff, but can't see her on the right-hand side because obviously his eyes fucked. So obviously they're like birds' heads, aren't they? So the eyes on the side.
Yeah.
So it's going around, it can sniff her and stuff like this, and she's crawling along the floor, and it's like walking behind her. It's like boom, boom, and you can hear the birds and all that sort of stuff. And it's all this dark jungle, and she goes in the water and stuff like that. And that scene there was just like the perfect scene for me. And I was just like, they need to do a horror film. They need to do someone who lands in a jungle full of dinosaurs and has to like escape or something and take it fucking seriously.
Yeah.
Not like
there must be some horror dinosaur films. There must be, surely.
I was just reading this. Oh, he's just going to have a photo of the Lenin. I put it in the wrong chat.
It's alright, don't worry. It's alright, I'll look at it later, Chud.
Fair enough. But yeah, I put it in the wrong chat anyway.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how would you rate it then? How would you rate that film?
Jurassic World. It was 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I would give it a. I was impressed with the different variety of dinosaurs, so I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay, so just average. Oh, well, above average.
Yeah, above middle, and it's the only thing that lets it down is the fact that the story was very loose and didn't really it wasn't really necessary to have as much detail and stuff with it. And it's kind of like they almost felt as if they'd run out. They wanted to have loads of dinosaurs and they wanted to close this off. So what can they do a story about? Oh, some guy invents something really crazy and they have to try and save it. It's the same sort of plot every time, but just different. And I was like,
okay.
You remember the first film?
Yep.
You remember the guy? Do you remember? There was a scene I think today.
If one of the researchers in it, doesn't he come back and sell the actual dinosaur embryos?
Yeah, you remember when he has that canister?
Yeah.
The guy that's on the table talking to the fat guy. That's the protagonist in this film.
Okay.
He's stolen, but he's trying to do good, so he's saying. But it turns out he's not doing good because they're all predictable. But
yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to save the world. No, you're not. You fucking tosser. You're trying to get as much money as possible. But there's no hybrids in this one though. But there is a Giganotosaurus, which is the biggest terrestrial dinosaur ever. But they're like carnivorous dinosaurs. But they don't really do it justice. What I have been talking about dinosaurs. You got me on dinosaur subject. What I have been looking at is there are rumours going around back onto games that they're going to remaster Dino Crisis.
Oh, they're going to remaster Dino Crisis?
Yeah, because this whole because Capcom have done Resident Evil and obviously remastered a lot of them. There's talks of them doing 1 and 2 remastered as one game.
Okay.
Because 3 is fucking abolished. Is disgusting. Number 3.
I've not actually played. They're the same. I haven't played Resident Evil 2 and 3, the remakes. Obviously, I played the originals.
Yeah.
Not played the remakes.
Right. I think I haven't played them either, but they do look good. To be fair, I think it's still the same sort of subject. It's just updated graphics and controls and stuff. But a lot of people say they're really good. So, but yeah, so it's interesting to see because I was an avid Dino Crisis fan. Oh, shit.
I loved the first one. Absolutely loved it.
Even though it scared the shit out of me and it gave me nightmares, I loved that game so much.
See, now, do you reckon what made it scary is because the controls were so bad on it? And you, obviously, because your character used to turn literally at the slowest pace I've ever seen in my life. Do you reckon that's what made the game scary? Because it was that sheer panic of like, oh my god, turn.
I suppose it was very because it was released on the old PS2. I want to say maybe PS1, but
PS1.
So the PS1 controller didn't have joysticks, did it? It was just D-pad.
Came out.
So you didn't have. I think because we didn't know about the joystick situation and the fact that there was so much easier to turn around. I don't think that's what scared. It was the way that because the way the game ran. It would do like there'd be a scene with your character running through, and then it changed camera, and then you'd be running through that. So you didn't know what's in front of you, or what's behind you chasing you because you couldn't look because obviously you couldn't move the cameras because it was fixed. I think that's what you used to, and it's the towards the end of the game you go to this bit where there's this big heavy one. I can't remember what they're called, but they're really big and bulky and heavy. And there's like 3 of them in the base, and they used to just pin me down and kill me every time I used to get to that bit, and they used to just give me nightmares. And the first time you meet a Velociraptor when it jumps through the fucking the window, that's just...
That's it, through the fence. I remember the through the fence. It's nearly as good as the dog in Resident Evil.
1.
The bloody window.
What a classic. Is it a window? I thought it came through the door. No, that's it. I
No,
remember...
no. So you can now, if you go back through the door, it comes through the door. But then often you go down the door and it comes through the window as well.
Yeah. Oh, dogs. Just something about dogs.
It was a bloody scarecrow. Scarecrows I hated.
I don't think I ever got that far into it, to be honest. I think I was too scared.
Too scared.
We were divulging, but I didn't really care. I remember there was... talking about scary games and games used to scare. This game didn't really scare me as much. It used to give me nightmares because I had a very vivid imagination. But I don't know if you ever played it. It was called Alone in the Dark.
I never played it. But a lot of people said it was a very scary game.
I think it was called Alone in the Dark 4. I think it technically was, but it wasn't called Alone in the Dark 4. It was at the first... It was the same concept as Dino Crisis. You know, where there's like fixed backgrounds.
Yeah.
It was obviously more modern and more updated graphics and stuff. But that was a great game, and that had some scary fucking bits in it as well. But I've seen there was like rumors that the thing is there's so many individual developers now that just take games like that and just update them to like latest standards. So if thinking about this, all these old games are coming back into mind, like Parasite Eve and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was right about mention Parasite Eve, but that was more RPG kind of supernatural, wasn't it? Because if I remember right, you could get spells, you could level up. Because it was made by Square Enix. No, they were called Squaresoft at the time, if I remember right.
Right.
So you could level up and I'm pretty sure you could use magic or whatever the universe's equivalent of that is.
There was definitely something. I remember the leveling up process because you go to the wall and buy stuff, wouldn't you? And that you'd have to be a certain level to get it. I remember the final boss being an absolute fucking bitch, and I can never do it.
I can't remember. I only ever seen.
As a big baby. A giant baby in a big fucking like nuclear power plant thing, and you got to run around in circles, and then it turned into like this angelic thing. And it just absolutely destroyed me. I mean, I probably couldn't do it now, to be fair, because I'm still not that good. But what was it? The scene that I remember in that one is the one where you go to the motel.
I actually only played the first couple of levels. I never got that far.
I think the motel is the second level.
I can't remember then.
A giant thing comes from the desert because it's back in the generation of like the cutscenes were done on PC and then they were like sort of like videoized into the game. Seb said, "Have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?" This is in the cinema, I think, that film at the moment. I have not seen it.
That's the one with the Chinese woman, and she. So I haven't seen it. I've only read about it. So there's basically different universes, and it's about sort of like what if she didn't go to like I don't know, or if she didn't meet her husband, she would have been that actress. And then I think someone's going around killing her alternate selves, and I think, but then she can like gain their knowledge when they die or when she meets them. It's meant to be a very, very good film. I've not watched it.
Right, okay. I think Seb's seen it recently in the cinema and he did say to me that it's pretty good. He said it's quite fun.
Yeah. A lot of people say it's very, very good.
Because it uses the whole multiverse sort of thing, but it kind of takes the piss a little bit, I think, as well.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a bit, from what I've heard, it's a bit sort of slapstick and
tongue-in-cheek.
Bit of tongue-in-cheek, yeah. See, that's what films you don't get now. It's films like American Pie. When was the last spoof, or even a spoof? When was the last time you watched a spoof?
Do you know what? I've done nothing today because it's too hot, and I was like going through films, and I was like, I really fancy watching an old '90s sort of like piss take teenager film, and I was like, what about not another teen movie? And
Not another team movie.
It's on Amazon, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, I really could. But I was like, oh no, it's almost. Rosa was going to be home soon, so I was like, there's no point because she's just going to disrupt my film. So I didn't watch it. So I might watch it tomorrow instead. Oh no, she's off tomorrow. No. But yeah, do you remember that film? Not another teen movie.
Yeah, not another teen movie.
Taking the piss out of
Always like Sex Tape. That was always quite a good one.
Yeah, Dude, Where's My Car?
Dude, Where's My Car? Yeah. They don't make films. They don't make that sort of genre of films now, do they?
No, I suppose it's the era thing now, and it's kind of like a 90s, early 2000s era.
Oh, very, very 90s. And like you say, 2000s.
Yeah, because I always remember the music's always like Sum 41 or Blink 182 or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. That's all they ever used, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Blink 182, Sum 41, bloody some other was it? Yeah. And Evanescence occasionally.
Oh,
Limp Bizkit.
Those are the days. Right, anyway, I want to talk to you about my rant, because it's not so much a rant. I'm going to change the screen, and now people can see a slideshow of these things, and they're probably going to know what it's about. So my rant is about, and I fall in the category of one of these people, because I am a bit of a knob. But, so when I pulled up, before I came on live, I just dropped off Rosa, and this lady comes over to me from across the road, and she goes, hi, I don't know what your name is. And I was like, oh, it's Craig, with the roof down. I was like putting the roof up in the car. And she goes, I bet you were born noisy, weren't you? And I was like, what? She said, I bet you were a noisy kid. And I was like, she's obviously on about the car. But alright, I'll go on with this conversation. I said, I bet if you asked my mother, she probably said, yes, I was a noisy kid. And she said, oh, I bet she bloody would. And then she just walked off, and I was just like, I get the train to work most of the time, so I don't use the car in the day anymore. And I know it is a bit obnoxious sometimes when I start up early in the morning, but I try not to because I get the train. But then I was sat here and I was like, I was thinking like today, because especially today because I haven't really done much. It's been very quiet in the house. I was listening to all the stuff that's going on outside, and I was like, but hang on a minute, she's saying I'm noisy, but I've heard a dog bark from fucking 8 o'clock in the morning till at least like 2 o'clock in the day.
Yeah.
I've heard kids out in a garden somewhere shouting at each other, calling each other the C word and stuff like that. I've heard there's a couple of houses over. There's this family that live there, and they've got birds. And all day long, I've just heard this bird do doorbell signs and all these sort of weird sounds. And there's this kiddie that lives out like next to up the road a bit, and he's got a really noisy motorbike, and every weekend he starts the fucking thing up and goes and he's just like, and she's got the cheek to come over to me, and I use my car maybe 2-3 times a week, and I try to be cautious and I try to be courteous of people. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be loud because it's a cold start. What I'll do is I'll let it start up and I'll pull away slowly and quietly. I'll get out on the street and let the car do its cold start. So
That's amazing.
I'm trying to be courteous to people, but then I don't know. Was that a dig, or was that just like a general sort of like friendly chit chat?
No, it's that forehead of yours.
5 Ed. This is gone. That's long gone. So I was just thinking that there's so many things that I could complain about that I don't. I mean, it's suddenly just pretty quiet, so you do notice these things more. But that dog that was barking, I remember I sat in the toilet at one point, just went, "Shut the fuck up!" Like that. It's just made me chuckle. I just laughed. As soon as she walked away, I was just, "Oh, this is hilarious," and just chuckled to myself. Sorry, Seb, you're not in the chats again. Hang on, I am so sorry. I'm such an amateur.
Chad, what are you doing? This is why she complained.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. But I'm not as if I'm like, I don't know, not as if I listen to loud music or anything like that. Or I watch the occasional film with the subwoofer on, but she lives I think she lives like 4 or 5 houses that way, so she ain't going to hear anything from this house. But yeah.
Mate, you should get get a new exhaust on it, make it as loud as possible.
To get it louder, I have to get a catalytic converter delete, and I'm not doing that because that failed the MOT. And then it really will upset people.
Yeah, you will be in the shit then.
Yeah, I get the train now anyway to work, so fuck it. Yeah, it is tough shit. I mean, there's a kid that lives up there with a Fiesta that starts it up and is quite loud, so... It.
Oh, you're having a little rant. You're having a little...
Yeah, I'm doing an old man rant. She was, to answer your question, Steps, yeah, she was, I'd say she's like 70s, maybe late 60s, early 70s, I'd imagine. She's been on too many sunbeds.
Be honest, mate, I thought you were going to tell her you've been shagging too hard. She told you to bloody your next door neighbour tell her to keep it quiet.
There's no shagging in this house.
Oh no!
If there is, it's the cats and their brother and sisters. They shouldn't be. I'm too old now for that.
Loser.
I'm far too old for that stuff now. It's too much effort. No, I'm joking, obviously. But, yeah, we're working people now. I ain't got time for that.
Ain't got time for that.
I got it all out of my system when I was like 18 years old. And I just did it for like hours upon hours upon hours. So it was raw.
Oh no, this is getting us banned, Chud.
Nah, it's not. It'll be fine. You talked about titty milk the other day, so we're alright.
Oh yeah, I know.
Do you know, I got questions when I went to work. One of my colleagues, he came up to me. He said, "You and your friend." I was watching your podcast. He said, "You and your friend have got issues." I was like, "Right, okay." Talking about breast milk on a chat. I was like, "Yeah, sorry about that, but I didn't expect it either." To be honest, but
Oh, I love a bit of weird. I got some weird news. More weird news.
Oh god.
Obviously, well, this one's not so bad as breast milk,
Is it not?
but so obviously the former Japanese Prime Minister was assassinated, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So some French MP, I think they call them MPs, then shared a photo. Now that photo was of Hideo, I can't say his name, the guy who made Metal Gear Solid.
Hideo Makino, something like that?
Yeah, I can't say it. But
Hideo Makino? So I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, he has been accused of assassinating the former Japanese Prime Minister. So, because I don't even know why he chose this photo, he just obviously chose like a generic photo of a Japanese person.
It's just,
Jesus on Google. Just
Google Japanese person, and then this Hiroshima, whatever his name is, came up. He's like, oh, that's like classic racist, though, isn't it?
Classic racist.
It's fucking insane. Oh, for God's sake.
What makes it even more funny is
anyway.
The Metal Gear Solid games are about misinformation in the digital age.
He predicted it all.
He predicted it. The Simpsons did it again.
What was I going to say to you? Actually, you're talking about politics and stuff. So I'm assuming you obviously know about Boris. Bye.
Yeah. Oh, Joe.
So what's your thoughts on Boris leaving our?
He got pissed up too many times, didn't he, to do his job?
Do you know what? Yeah, I was in two minds because obviously I did think that he was a useless twat as a prime minister, but he was just like so comical to watch.
He was comical. Oh, it was like the one when he tackled the. Again, it was for the Rugby World Cup, and he went over to Japan, wasn't it? And he tackled the kiddie in a touch game.
Just floored him. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'll probably talk about it next time.
It's just
But
yeah,
finding out. But yeah, I'm glad he's gone. I hope it does a bit of a shake-up. But...
I miss his idiocy.
Yeah.
He always made me laugh at least because you think, you bloody idiot.
Did you really just say that?
Did he really just say that? Throwing his kippers around. Oh, God.
With Gordon Brown.
That stupid bigoted woman, wasn't it?
No,
what he said?
Yeah, when he is that bloody stupid woman. Yeah, that was great. That was the end of his career.
That was the end of his career. Oh, brilliant.
Right. You got anything else you want to talk about now?
I was trying to think. I will talk about some upcoming games I want to play. So I recommend. Do you ever watch a channel called Skill Up?
No.
No. So they've just released sort of a hands-on of a game that I'm looking forward to. It's called Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. So it's like a first-person shooter set in the Warhammer world.
Yeah.
So every player is like an Ogren, sort of a big ogre type character. You play as like a normal human, a priest, and what's the other classes? Oh, and a cypher.
I'm just quickly watching a little clip of it now.
I think it looks really, really good.
Yeah, it does look alright, doesn't it? It's a bit like the whole sort of World War Z sort of.
It's very much like oh god, what was the game that Valve did?
Which one?
The sort of co-op shooter kind of one with the zombies. Left 4 Dead.
Oh, Left 4 Dead.
No, Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
It's very much Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
And that there's the levels sort of determine how difficult. So obviously, if you play them bad, it makes it easier. But if you play them really, really well, it makes it harder.
Yeah.
I think my understanding, the levels, I don't want to say they're full on random. I think they have sort of like certain amount of tiles, and it randomly generates sort of like the tiles for the level.
Okay.
So each mission should, in theory, be different. I think I could be wrong on that one. I think it just looks like a good game. Did you ever play Vermintide?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So it's basically It's basically set in the future of that.
So there's a 40k version of that.
Yeah, 40k version of that.
Okay. Yeah. I quite liked Vermintide. The only problem I had with it is that my friends stopped playing it, so it's a bit weird on your own. It's definitely
you got to play. That's the thing. You got to play it with friends, haven't you?
Yeah, it's definitely that kind of game. What did I see that I'm interested in? I've seen something. Hang on, I'll have to look at my history now. Go away. What did I see? Hold the Line.
Hold the Line. What's that? I've not heard of that.
No, I just said Hold the Line caller. Fuck me. No, it's gone, whatever it was.
No. What kind of game was it?
I can't remember.
Oh man. Do you always fit out this stream trying to remember?
I need to get some more vitamin C to help me remember.
You need to go outside, stop watching films.
Stop masturbating. I mean, stop watching films. Yeah. I tell you, my memory at the moment recently has been pretty bad, but yeah, there's quite. Oh, that was it. I was going to say E3 is coming back next year. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I thought it was completely cancelled after our chat yesterday or Wednesday.
So it is coming back. There's a company that has bought the rights to E3, and they host like is it Gamescom or something or?
Yeah, Gamescom in Germany, isn't it? Gamescom.
Yeah, so they bought the rights, or not the rights, the license to it, and they're bringing it back next year. So it will be back next year, and if it's successful, then they will look at obviously continuing the yearly thing. So yeah, so that's interesting. So we wouldn't have to watch a stream or anything. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if it's going to be it's probably be more of a Gamescom sort of aspect rather than a the traditional E3 sort of thing where you go and there's loads of there.
So I was about to say that. So Gamescom is tradition. Even though they do release some games, it's more of like a developers. Yeah. So if they turn an E3 into that, I suppose go through technologies and I suppose upcoming game consoles and I don't know. Be interesting.
PS5 Slim.
PS5 Slim. That's definitely. It's a worst kept secret. It's definitely coming. So is it Xbox Slim. Got to make that money.
I can't even get a proper PS5, let alone a fucking Slim.
Well, maybe you will now.
Oh, I don't know. So there's a part of me that I still want one because of God of War and other things. But at the same time, it's like I've got a PC now, which is just as good. So it's like,
yeah.
If I really want to get into games like that, I could just get them on PC and
yeah.
But it's like, and it's like 500 quid as well. So
And I'm pretty sure Sony are releasing a lot of their games on PC now, aren't they?
Yeah, because which is a good thing because I know the old God of War's on there on PC.
I was about to say the old God of War, and is the new Horizon Zero Dawn? Is that what it's called?
Forbidden West.
Forbidden West. Sorry.
I don't know if it's on PC yet, but I know they probably will bring them because Guerrilla do tend to bring them out on PC, don't they? Their games.
Yeah.
Because they're the people that did Killzone.
Killzone, there you go.
That's another one of those moments. Fucking great film. I remember you used to tell me that it was the best game ever.
I loved Killzone. Killzone 2 is my favourite game on the PS3. I played it that much. I got into the top 100 best players. Like for 1 week. So for like 1 week, I had a week off work when I worked at Wix. I literally, and this is how hardcore you got to go. I played it literally from like 8 a.m. to about 12 o'clock for like a whole week because they had like an overall leadership board. They had like a monthly leadership board and they had like a weekly. And I remember I was playing the shit out of it and managed to get in the top 100.
Wow.
But you couldn't do it permanently.
I don't know if I ever played the second one. I know that I definitely played the first one.
The second one, obviously, you go to Helghast. It's amazing. Absolutely incredible.
Might have to have a look to see if we can get it remastered. Not remastered, but if you can get it again. But because it was kind of like leading the way, wasn't it, for a while with the whole first-person shooter sort of thing.
Well, I had the infamous trailer, didn't it? Infamous E3 trailer.
Yeah.
Where they released. It was like that one, but also remember the CGI trailer where they said this is going to be gameplay, and it was CGI.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. So it was like obviously it's very sort of fluid motion and things happen very dynamically, and it was all a bit of a fib. massive fib. I mean, they got close graphic wise, but not sort of animation wise.
How could they do such a thing? How could game developers do such a thing?
I know, and how could they release CGI trailers and then sell a whole concept off of it? Son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, No Man's Sky is a perfect example, and I booked a week off for that fucker. I think I put 100 hours into it, and I was like, okay, so what happens now? There's nothing happening with this game. And then they're like, oh, yeah, we lied to you.
We lied to it. Well, like I said, mate, you haven't played it in a while. You should re-download it. They've done a lot to it, apparently.
Yeah, apparently it's a really good, solid game now, but it's just like, I did so much grafting in the first place. I don't know. What's that other one that they completely ruined as well? I think you played it quite a lot. It's a space one. Fucking hell.
What, Halo?
No, you are on a spaceship which has an N at the start of it, and you're a guy, and then he dies, and you get like cloned in the third one, but the third one has some massive glitches and stuff, and you can come back as a woman or whatever. Oh, what was it? It was
I don't know what you're on about. I can't think. Well, like Mass Effect or something.
That's it, Mass Effect. I got there.
Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda, didn't they?
Yeah. Which was a massive fail. Is that the same people that does Halo?
No. So it is. Oh God, it's EA publish it, don't they? BioWare.
But I was going to say Bandy, but it's not. It's BioWare.
No. That's BioWare.
That's Destiny people, isn't it?
Nope.
That's
FIFA.
Oh. Okay.
So they're owned by EA. EA is the publisher.
All right.
But they tend to do games like Baldur's Gate, if I remember right. They do Dragon Age. That's quite a popular one of their games.
Rumours of another one coming out?
Yeah, I've heard it. Will I play it? I'm not sure. The last one I played was number 2, I think.
Right. I played 3.
Was that Inquisitor?
Yeah.
No? Yeah. Inquisition, sorry.
Yeah, I played that for a while, and I actually played quite a lot of it, but it's just, it's one of those games you got to be committed to.
Okay.
like trying to fight a dragon when I was really low level. I was just like, I'm not winning, and I couldn't get away from them either. So I was like, this is ruining my game. Game breaker, but no.
Game breaker.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to I do like Dragon Age. I like the whole concept of it. And the fact that you could just sleep with anyone you want.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Well, certain characters, wasn't it? But you had to obviously woo them and...
First, but you could like have sexual relations. Well, I suppose you could do that with the other one as well, couldn't you? That one we just mentioned, but I forgot.
Mass Effect.
This one.
There you go, Chad. Do you want me to put you to bed in a moment?
What can tell me about it? I think I need to rest. I need to rest my eyes.
You need to rest. It's all that wanking you've been doing.
I haven't even got the energy for that.
Anyway, is that where we want to leave it? Leave the screen?
Yeah, we'll leave it there. What's Seb saying? So I'm guessing Forbidden West will also be released at some point. Forbidden West is already released, Seb. It's Zero Horizon. I think
Zero Horizon
came out in May, I think. I know there was a few technical issues with it when it was released, but I believe they fixed it now. But yeah, it's out, and it's out on PS5, so... And it's supposed to look fucking great on PS5. So, yes, Seb, have a look. Oh, not on stream. No, not on Steam. No,
not on Steam yet. No, I haven't released it. It probably will be released on PC. I can imagine it. Because they've done it with a lot of their other games now, haven't they? So
I would imagine so, yeah. Is it Xbox or is it PlayStation exclusive? I can't remember. It's PlayStation
exclusive. Yeah, PS exclusive.
Studios, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like... Oh, yeah. But, yeah, what else is there? Cool. Right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to wrap that up, I think.
Yeah. Right.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching.
Good little chat.
Remember to subscribe and like the video if you're watching it on YouTube. And
yes, please.
Make some donations.
You little shit.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Well. So, did we decide we're doing another one? It's
It'll be Wednesday. Do you want to keep it Wednesday at 8 o'clock?
Yeah, cool. So our next video will be Wednesday. So tune in, guys, and we'll see you in a bit.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.